Okay, so I am at Charlotte Motor Speedway here in the Cup Series this time, the NASCAR Heat 4 video game. Going to try to lay down a decent lap and talk about the setup. I really think when they made this, they did a good job of incorporating the bumps into the track, which is something the drivers always talk about. The key to the setup is getting the car comfortable over the bumps, and about right there is the bump. You can feel it when we're driving, and you can see it on the screen. But let's see if I can lay down a decent lap here. So I try to come out high, dive down, there's a bump right there, and I try to lift over the bump, and then as soon as we get the car settles, I try to get hard back in the throttle. I go into turn 3 a little lower than the suggested line here, and same concept, bump, lift when you're going over the bump, and then back hard in the throttle. Let's see if I can get a decent lap time out of this. That wasn't great. I think I can do a little bit better. Let's give another shot. This setup is really easy on tires. It's really easy to drive. One of the problems you get at Charlotte is going over those bumps, especially if you're getting back on the gas coming out of them, is it's very easy for the car to get just really loose when you're coming back on the throttle. And by the time you have adjusted to correct that, what you've got is a car that's really tight off the corner. So I think I've got a good balance here. So I think it's a pretty good setup. It's definitely easy on tires. I think it's pretty easy to drive. It's pretty forgiving. That was a 29.780. Let's see if this one's any better, but those are not bad laps. One thing I will tell you is when you are off the throttle, especially in 3 and 4, when I am off the throttle going over that bump, that's when I'm trying to turn the car more. So I'm trying to get the car to, I'm turning the wheel more. So that when it lands, it helps get the car pointed the right direction to get it the rest of the way around the turn. And I am going to call this one probably my last lap, and then we'll talk about the setup. Maybe it's going to be my best lap. We'll see. I've noticed I've actually turned some of my best laps on the tires so far. There's a 29.669, so I'm going to say I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go to the garage, talk about the setup. So on the setup, I did a lot over here with the bump and rebound settings to get the car where I wanted it, as far as not being too loose in the middle and not being too tight coming off. I played around with the weight and the wedge to really help the tire wear to get it evened out. Other things is I'm obviously being more aggressive on the left front camber than the right front, and I've got a pretty heavy sway bar. That heavy sway bar of 1.585 is one of the heavier ones I use, but it seems to work well at this track. It gives me a nice firm feel for when you turn the car. It does react. It helps, I think, with tire wear because it doesn't roll the car over real heavy onto the right side. I'm going a little light on the grill tape. If you go up to 45, you're going to be pushing 250 degrees. Some people are comfortable with that, some aren't. But that's what I wound up with is 40% grill tape. The gearing, honestly, I ran a 333, I ran a 325. I even changed the fourth gear down to a 1.05 and ran a 310. I was within a tenth running all of those. But running the 333 is the only way I was ever to get laps down into the 29.6 range without a draft. So that's why I settled on the 333. So that is the setup. If you got any questions, please leave it in the comments. And if there's other tracks you'd like to see, let me know. I'll be happy to put up a video for those. And if you wouldn't mind, do me a huge favor, like and subscribe. That would mean a great deal to me. And thank you so much for watching.